How many people do you know that say, "Oh, I drink just to be social," or "Drinking alcohol makes me feel a little loosey goosey and have fun"? A lot of people, right? But you do not need alcohol in order to be social or to socialize. That is totally BS. Now, alcohol may lessen the negative talk that might be coming in your head, right? Like, oh, I'm too skinny or I'm too awkward, and it just might temporarily make it more quiet. But then over time, it actually lowers your confidence. So is it really worth it? I don't think so, especially if you can do the exact same thing sober. So what I'm going to do is teach you guys the five biggest secrets to socializing sober that I've learned over the last 6 years. Now, the first one is kind of like a 3 or 4 part series because it's probably the most important one. And it is to prepare, right? To not just kind of, oh yeah, I'm just gonna just go to this event, or I'm just gonna go to this bar, or I'm just gonna go to this club when you're very new to not drinking. You gotta prepare. And the way you do this is, I would say, number one is to wear like an outfit that matches the vibe that you want to bring, right? Whether it be, a suit because you want to be fly, or whether it might be something with crazy colors, whatever authentically expresses yourself in the vibe that you want to bring to this location, wherever it may be, right? Number two is to set an intention. And why do you do this? Because you don't want to just focus on the, oh, I'm sober. This is going to be awkward. I never do this. Oh my gosh, this is going to be terrible. You don't want to focus on that. You want to focus on something like, talk to three strangers and exchange information with them, or dance to three songs, because you're going to focus your energy on something positive rather than the negative self talk, right? And then also prepare and know what it is you're going to drink. Because if you're going to go to a bar or a club or a social event where there's a lot of alcohol, you have to know ahead of time, okay, do they have like non alcoholic beers or wines or seltzers that I can drink? Or am I going to drink ginger beer? Like, figure it out what you're going to drink beforehand. So when you're in a pinch and you have nothing in your hand, you feel left out or awkward, you already know what you're going to drink, right? Or you can even bring your own, like ginger shots, whatever. Just figure out what you're going to drink. And the last part of the first step of the preparation is to know what you're going to say if people ask you why you're not drinking. Like, like why? Hey, like, oh, like, why aren't you drinking anything? Why don't you have a beer in your hand? Oh, this week I just decided to go sober and see how it is. Oh, okay. Just have that one liner that you can deliver so you're not like caught off guard. Like, know exactly what you're going to say. And if they press you on it, also know what else it is you're going to be able to say. Like, hey, you know what? Because, I want to lose weight. Whatever. I want to be healthier. Whatever you want to say, make any excuses that you need to. Make sure you know it before somebody asks you so you know what to say. All right, so that's the first one. It's a very big point. That whole thing is probably the most important part of this whole entire these secrets. And this is like more based off the preparation as well, but it's very important. Which is number two is to go with somebody else that doesn't drink, who's not going to drink there, or go alone. And if you go alone, I would highly suggest taking a journal. Why? Because some stuff might come up. You might feel uncomfortable. You might feel awkward. You might feel lonely. And to just write in your journal, like, hey, I'm feeling kind of weird right now. My goal was to approach three people, but I'm feeling really uncomfortable. Write it down. Why? I cannot tell you how many times journaling has helped me get over my shit and be like, you know what? I'm being a whiny baby. Let me just go out and do it. And number two, I cannot tell you how many people that I've met because I sat down in a bar and started journaling. People were like, "Oh, what are you writing about?" "Oh, I'm just writing about me being a little uncomfortable because, I'm not drinking and it's new to me." "Oh, really? Tell me more." Boom. You have a conversation. It's a deep conversation. You skip all the bullshit. "Oh, hey, how's the weather?" No, skip all that and go straight to the depth. which you'll definitely find in the sober journey. It's a lot more deep than when you're hammered and just having, you know, shallow conversations. Not all the time, but just most. At least when I was drinking, it was all shallow. Um, so that's number two. Go with somebody who doesn't drink, or if you go alone, bring a journal. Number three is define your spot. Of course, before you go out, you want to make sure you're in an environment that you like. You know, if you're like in a work trip or something that you have to go to, you don't really have that luxury. But there is like such a skill of finding the spot of the social area that you're the most comfortable with, right? Like for me, for some reason, I love being by like front row center and by the fan because I usually get hot when I'm dancing. So I like to be in front of the fan. So just kind of like take a little waltz around the whole social area and find a place that you feel comfortable, the most comfortable. Because if you're not comfortable, you're gonna seem uncomfortable. And that goes the same with like your clothes. You don't want to wear super uncomfortable clothes because then you're gonna be uncomfortable the whole time. Wear something that's comfortable, it's authentic to you. So number three is find your spot. All right, number four. Here goes into like the kind of nitty gritty, and it's like so easy. People get so scared about approaching other people, and that's mostly because you don't practice. If you don't practice, it's going to be difficult, right? Or if you say you're an introvert or whatever, sure, you can go out and be completely by yourself and dance, and you'll be totally fine with that. But if you want to get out of your shell and meet other people, like let's say your intention is to talk to three random strangers and exchange information, it's a great intention. And the way you do that, in my opinion, one of the best ways to approach somebody is to compliment them. Like just spark a conversation like, oh my gosh, hey, nice shoes. I like those. Where'd you get them? Or hey, I love your hair. Wow, it's beautiful. What product do you use? Like, so give a compliment and then like cushion it with saying a question, right? It's not like super focused on here's your compliment. I'm doing this for a reason. It's because I'm genuinely interested in the thing or the thing that I'm noticing, right? Why is that important? Because sometimes, especially when you're a man, you go up to a woman, you're like, "Hey, wow, I love your eyes," or "Hey, I love your hair." It can come off as a little too forward or like creepy. So that's why you kind of soften it with like, oh, what product do you use? Totally different vibe. Totally different vibe. So compliment somebody and then relate. Now, if you are like, let's say I go up to a woman and I'm talking to them about their hair. And I'm like, which product do you use? I have long hair as well. So that's already relating, right? And the goal is to kind of relate in some way that you can make plans in the future, right? So like let's say it's like hobbies, right? Like I like rollerblading. I like playing beach volleyball. I like going to the beach, right? So those are like a couple of like points that I'm going to want to touch on because if I connect with somebody, I can be like, hey, like I go to the beach on Saturdays. You want to join? Come on out. That's when number five comes into play, which is the exchanging information based off of similarities, right? So you say, oh yeah, like yeah, sure. You get my number and shoot me a text on Friday, and we'll see if we can connect. Done, right? Or if you're too nervous to do that, or you're not relating as well as you wanted to, another great way is to either take a video of you and this person, be like, hey, what's up? We're over here in Foxy Park having a great time. Or just take a selfie. Hey, do you mind if we take a selfie with you? Like, I really want a selfie with you. Who's going to say no? Right? So you take a picture and then you say, oh, great. Hey, I don't know. Do you have social media? I'd love to tag you in this. Done. Such an easy excuse to get uh, exchange information. And why is it important to exchange information? Because if you really want to hang out with this person, down the road, you already have their information just in case. You don't have to get it. You don't have to get somebody's number. You don't have to get somebody's information. But if you're like testing yourself, that's kind of like it's like a close. It's like you meet somebody, you relate, you close. And it's just like a fun goal to have just to see if you can do it. Because let's say you're super interested. Let's say you're single and you're actually like interested in somebody and it's like your first time. You haven't closed in a while. You haven't gotten the number, exchange information. You might be super nervous, especially because you like somebody, right? But if you just practice and practice and practice and practice, then it's really easy. It's just another person, right? That's good looking that you're attracted to. It's the same thing. So I think that's about the 5 secrets. So I'll just go over 'em really quick. One is prepare, which had a couple different things on, like wear a different outfit that will match your vibe, set an intention, know what you're gonna drink, know what to say when people ask you. Two, go with someone else who doesn't drink, or go by yourself. If you go by yourself, bring a journal. Three, find a spot that's comfortable for you. Four, compliment and relate. Five, exchange info based off of similarities or based off of taking a selfie or video. So if this is helpful for you guys, go ahead and comment it down below. And if you have any other tips, believe me, there's way more than five. I was just kind of trying to figure out, okay, how can I consolidate them into 5 points? So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and jot them down below. If you are new to the sober journey, and you have some questions, shoot them at me. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Today's my birthday, whoop, whoop, officially 33. I actually went out to Buckley Park tonight to just kind of hang out, have some fun. I ended up talking to a few people, but I wasn't like, I didn't have an intention. I just wanted to chill, watch some volleyball, and work on my Instagram and DMs. But I could have applied any of these things and I could have exchanged information. But I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna chill by myself today because I usually do this stuff. Believe me, I, I usually do it almost every day. So hope you have a beautiful night. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, write them down below. Much love, and I'll see you tomorrow. You.